sneak in that way. Wow, a bit different to the first session we had.
Are we all rolling? Yes. May I politely request no shots of my pregnant belly on TV tonight?
Or if you do, if it does appear, just make sure that they know she's pregnant. That's what she's really saying.
It's not just 7 weeks on the road with the team. All right, fire away when you're ready, guys.
Wayne, here we go again. How are you feeling this week? Does it feel different?
It's different in that I had a free day yesterday, no games next week. Free to go and watch a movie, and yeah, these are the easiest weeks really, because there's nothing next week. It's your focus is entirely on what's in front of you, and it's a time to cherish, the team, the event. There's a lot of emotions come into last week of a big tournament like this. We've tried to have fun, enjoy the journey, just like we have done all tournament. So we haven't changed too much.
Selection-wise, I guess the big talking point, Charmaine coming in to start. Can you just explain why you chose that option and kept Kennedy on the bench?
A couple of reasons. Charmaine had played a lot for us, through Laura Riley series and early on in the tournament, whilst Kennedy was, returning from injury. So there was that, but also she's such an influence when she comes on. She adds real aggression. She's smart. She gives us another leader coming on sort of later in the game. She made some really good decisions in that last 10 seconds, I think it was, against France. Caught the ball going over her shoulder. One stage she did say she was going to pass to Portia because she thought she saw a gap that Portia could have scored down the other end, but she thought differently of it, decided to hold it, and but she's a smart woman who comes on and gives us something.
Wayne, you said in the first week that you wanted to excite the nation. Do you think you've done that over this, 6 months or so?
Well, you have a better feel for that than me, Joseph. I don't know. I don't read all the newspapers, but I think, yeah, like we've played some good rugby. We've played rugby that I've been really proud of. I wasn't sure if I was doing the right thing when I came in, but I was adamant that I wanted to create a game that was true to our DNA, that not reinventing anything, but just teaching the girls how to play on top of teams and how to create the skills that only we need, because we're the only ones playing that sort of game. And so there's a unique set of skills, a unique mindset to playing how we play. And I wasn't sure whether we'd be able to create that or not, and I think we've done that. We're not perfect, but hopefully it's a blueprint for the future, because I think it's excited people and it's excited the girls.
I heard from a few of the players out of this tournament that first week you tried to play was difficult, how some put it, one said terrible, in terms of the training. But how have you seen them progress to this week, and what's the difference between the first and this week?
Yeah, well, first week was obviously the start. I remember we played 4 quarters against the Lincoln Academy boys, and I had to grab one of the girls by the pants who was heading over to the far side of the field when the attack was going here. And so they were just used to different structures, and they were very structured, whereas my idea is more if the attack's going on here, that's where we want to be. We want to be attacking where the ball is, not having to run to a place where I'm told to go. So, yeah, that was eye-opening to me. But the other thing that was eye-opening was how quickly they adjusted and how quickly they saw the logic in what we were trying to do. And we knew that we couldn't come to this tournament and play the same way that the other teams did and get this far. We knew we had to do something different. So there's good buy-in, and as I say, it's taken a lot of work to be efficient enough to not run ourselves off our feet, but to still play a really attacking game.
I know you said on Saturday that the pressure was off you guys. Simon Middleton said this morning that the pressure was on you guys, and it would be a more intimidating occasion for the Black Ferns. I mean, where do you sort of see that situation?
Look, I've been coaching for 36 years. He's just a newcomer. He's trying to put pressure on an old fella. Nah, look, we're just really enjoying it. I think we're in a place that probably not a lot of people thought we would have got to. There was hope, but you know, that French team is outstanding. I think athletic, big, well prepared. They worked hard to try and get to this final, and then we've got the best team of all time probably on the weekend. So no, we're just enjoying it, and we know what we've got to do to win it, but we're going to have to be at our best, at our very best, every single individual, to get close.
Speaking of Simon, he said this morning he once went to a masterclass you did, I think maybe in your Northampton days.
What was that, sorry?
He said he once went to a masterclass session that you had.
Yeah, I remember Simon, yeah. There's a good mate of Paul Larkins, who was my sort of assistant coach analyst at Northampton, yeah. No, he's actually a good man. Yeah, he's a good man, and he's just done a marvellous job. There's not enough platitudes for what he's done. I mean, I was part of the All Blacks when we set the record at 18 wins in a row, but to win 30, it's hard to get your head around. So no, it's an outstanding job.
This is still going to be hit for you?
Yep.
What are you going to miss the most?
Look, this has been an experience I never thought I would enjoy so much. Once you understand the struggle for these women to be here, you know, as I've said before, we've got lawyers, we've got a fourth year med student, we've got civil engineering student, we've got corporate workers, we're all sorts in the team who are only just become professional, and they're smart, and they make the most out of the occasion, so they don't get too uptight. They can't see the point of that because it's been so hard to get here, so they just enjoy it, and they sing and they dance and they thump the music out on the bus, and I'm trying to think about what I'm going to say at half time, and this music's pumping out and got people talking. But I've come to love it, and you know, I love these girls. I've really enjoyed the whole atmosphere. We have a lot of fun. We've established some rituals now through the week that create laughter and social cohesion in the team, and hopefully they'll stay on and become part of history. You know, part of something that happens constantly. So it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, but I've got other plans coming up.
And just on Ruby too, did you know her before you started coaching her at all early this year? And what have you made of her as a rugby player and her impact on this game?
Yeah, she's phenomenal. Like if I ever wrote a book and I had to pick top 10 athletes, she'd be one of them. And I've coached some good athletes, some great players. She's just Ruby. Like she made a decision early that she was prepared to give up the Commonwealth Games sevens to come and play 15s, because when she was a young girl, that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to win a World Cup with the 15s, and she set her mind on it. And that was massive for her because she was invalided out of the first Commonwealth Games where they won the gold, so she never got a gold there. Yet she's still committed to playing for us. And she could have played flanker. I don't know where to play her. I thought she was a prop in sevens. She could play flanker, she could play fullback, could play winger. We've just sort of put her where we think. And she learns the game as she goes. She's a student. She's honest with herself. She's honest with everyone else. She's an incredible character. And she deserves everything she gets, I reckon.
Sorry, just while we're, reflecting on individuals as well, we're about to speak to another one who's been pretty special to this team in Kendra. Can you just reflect, on what she has meant to this team and how you've come to know her during your tenure here?
Yes. She's just been incredible help during this campaign. I knew her previously, but not well. She's very smart about the game, hugely diligent in the way she prepares for the game. Very clever on the field, can adapt things quickly on the field. She's a lovely human being who gives everything to the team and gives everything to the game. Got great family support, and she's just piling those caps up. It's going to be hard for anyone to catch her. She deserves, she's a life member of our club, as is Renee Whitcliffe. We've made them life members of our Black Ferns rugby club, and they're both special women that will go down in history.
It's hard to do. Why does it breed world champions, and what's planned there in your small hometown on Saturday night?
Pataru or Waihi Beach?
Pataru.
Look, my mum will be there. She's going to be 92 in January. She'll have a cushion up around her face, just in case we make a mistake. My sister and brother-in-law will be with her. My feeling is there'll be rugby club will run they'll have the TV going. I think all around the country, they'll probably will reflect what will be happening around the country. With everyone gathering around TVs and watching the game.
Wayne, did you say you went to the movies yesterday?
Yep.
What did you see?
Went and watched the movie on Val Adams. Got to go and see it. I can see why they made a movie, didn't write a book, because you couldn't do what you couldn't put in a book. You couldn't do it justice writing a book. It was fantastic.
Does that inspire you this week, seeing a successful female athlete?
Yeah, of course it does. We've got lots of successful women in the team, that are inspirational too. And the key is that you don't get too overwhelmed by it all, and you just take these little lessons in, and deep down inside that means a lot to you. But you've got to manage your mind and stay calm and go out and do what you're trained to do and execute it well.
How different does this week feel compared to other World Cup finals that you've experienced?
Very similar. Like, I always find the quarterfinal and the semi-final nerve-wracking, and then always found the final less so, because you've done the work. There's no need to motivate anyone, nothing other than get your plans right and enjoy the week. So no, pretty similar to what I've been through in others.
You mentioned remarkable stories. Obviously your one change has had their own remarkable story. How proud are you of what Charmaine's endured to now be here?
Yeah, she's been incredible, because I don't think she would have ever dreamed that she would be here. After the spinal operation, just being able to play again, even at club level, was probably a dream. And to get through to where she is, we put her in a trial. She was in the trial team that got beaten by 50 points, but she really showed out. Her skill showed out, her heart showed out. And so we picked her from that and gave her an opportunity. She's very smart, she loves the game, and you just got to really be proud of her mental toughness to be able to come back and play at this level and perform well.
The Black Ferns have never kicked a drop goal. Who's the most likely candidate if required?
Me. They all have a crack. Probably Crystal Murray would be number one, probably. I think she'd have a crack. I showed her how to do a backward, like a back heel one day, just as a challenge. I thought she won't be able to do that. She not only did it the first time, but then she turned side on and did it. So, she'd line up. Renee Holmes is turning into a really special kicker. Like, she played soccer, football all her life. Had never really, she hadn't really focused on goal kicking, I don't think, or kicking in general in a rugby. Well, she was good, but she's going to be world class, I think, eventually, in drop kicks, place kicks, and general play kicking. Yeah, she's just got the background in soccer and got the nous.
Wayne, what do you think Laurie O'Reilly would make of all this whole occasion, the 40-odd thousand and the attention it's all getting?
Yeah, I got a text from Lauren, his daughter, and Chris, the son, the other day, saying he would have loved it. He would have loved the freedom with which you play, and he would have said, just keep attacking, keep going at it. Don't worry about the result, just keep attacking. And that's coach. That's what he would have said.
And this is the 5th World Cup final between these two teams. Where does it rank in sort of the game's greatest rivalries that you've seen?
Well, it's right up there, isn't it? It's never happened in the men's game, where there's been that. There's always constant change in who's in the finals, who's winning. Springboks have won 3, we've won 3 through history, so that's probably the greatest rivalry. But this is unheard of, I think, in world rugby, and it's the biggest challenge for us.
When you spoke before about developing rituals that you hope last well beyond you, are there any game day ones that you'd be able to share with us that the team goes through?
No, I never talk to them on game day. We go for a walk through, and I might take a flip chart with a couple of points on it, but I'm not one that sort of stands up and gives them team talks. When I first started coaching Crusaders back in '97, I used to give a team talk, and I thought I was awesome, getting them up, boys up. I don't do that. Haven't done that for years. It's just an understanding that, like, with these women, if they feel good and they feel excited and they're with people they love, they're going to go out and give everything. So I just let it sort of organic. I just let it happen.
So the players themselves, what are they normally doing? Are they kind of connecting with their loved ones? Are they just chilling out? Are they separating themselves from the team?
No, they connect with whānau a lot. There's no doubt about that. They connect with each other hugely. As I say, that we've got three of the women are in charge of music. Varying tastes, I must say. Match day music's a bit different to the rest of the week, and they do have a little routine in the changing shed before they run out, but I won't share that.
When you're building up to leading into the final, when you first had a taste of the Black Ferns all these years ago with your mate Laurie and all that, do you think you and him would have ever thought that there would be a day when 45,000 people would pick out Eden Park to watch the Black Ferns? And also, don't know how common it is, but I've seen mates on Facebook and stuff who had tickets to 660 and all to do this weekend looking to offload them because they're trying to get to either to Eden Park or to a pub to watch the Black Ferns instead. So how special does that sort of make again for this weekend, knowing you've captured the nation?
Well, I'm my favourite band. That would have been me probably. Wondering about, geez, which one am I going to go to? I've forgotten your question now. I'm just thinking about 660. I love them.
Did you ever sort of imagine that 45,000 people would?
No. The last involvement I had with Black Ferns was '97 when Daryl Sursur was coach. We stayed in the barracks out at Burnham Camp. England were the world champs at that point, and they came out and we played the game on the rugby field at Burnham, the military camp, and it was probably the biggest women's test match of the year, and we played on a military camp. So no, you couldn't have projected your mind to this point where you get 40,000 at Eden Park.
And is there something that you've spoken about with the team this week about just what that might feel like when they run out in front of a home crowd that size?
Well, they know what it feels like. We've played there a few times now. There was 34,000, I think, for the Aussie game. A few less, I think, for France. But once you're out there, it's the noise that counts. Like, as someone who played there myself, I couldn't tell you how many people were there or what it looked like, but I could tell you what it sounded like. And so, I think we're getting better at adapting to it. Probably not quite there yet, but hopefully this weekend we will be.
Wayne, what's been the biggest lesson that you've taken from this experience?
I think for me, as I said before, our genetics in rugby are that we've always been able to reinvent ourselves, and we've always had an attacking mindset. My favourite team in history was the 67 to 69 team. Brian Hall captained it. Ian Kirkpatrick was my favourite player of all time, and I used to watch them, and their forwards could catch and pass like backs, and so I've always had that in my mind, that they talk about 15-man rugby, that's 15-man rugby. And so That's what I love about the game, and that was my once I got put into this role, that was my aim, was to try and be true to that with the women.
How do they compare?
Yeah, doing pretty well. Doing very well. They give it everything. I would like to be a coach that tried to turn them back. They'll want to keep going forward, I think, and develop this game further.
Wayne, how do you think England will look to suffocate your sort of running style?
Well, they're well coached. They've got a lot of the best players in the world. They'll have a plan, there's no doubt about that. It's pretty apparent, isn't it, how they like to play. So they like to, in that first half, they like to try and get penalties, so they scrum for penalties, they line out drive for penalties. That leads to another line out, maybe another drive, maybe another penalty, and you can get caught in that whole pressure cooker, and it's hard to avoid, other than don't give away penalties and don't give away lineouts. The other thing you need to be aware of is you've seen moments of them playing outstanding rugby. So the second half against, I forget which team it was, they scored about 4 or 5 tries in the first half from line-out drives, and in the second half they were outstanding. They played some great rugby, and they've shown, like against Canada last week, how lethal they can be when they run the ball. So I think it's important that we understand there could be opposite emotion this weekend. They can play an open game. They might have a crack at that, so we've got to be prepared for everything.
Do you think
Last
they'll throw
question.
a few curveballs at you?
I think so. I'm pretty sure they will, and we've just got to be ready for them.
Cool, we all happy? Amazing.
Ready? Thanks very much. Let's go backwards.
Oh,